10 VR games I cannot wait to play in 2024. But before we dive into this list, of course, hey, smash that like button. I'd really appreciate it. It helps these videos massively. And let me know in the comments down below any games that you're looking forward to playing across 2024 in virtual reality. Right, let's kick this off with the very first game that I am super excited about. And this one has remained on my lists for a long time because it is looking like one hell of a game. Behemoth. Behemoth is a title that we just don't know a busting amount about just yet, but it's coming from Skydance Studio, the same people that brought us from Saints and Sinners, and the only thing we really truly know about this so far is the fact that you're going to be fighting some Titan level monsters. We're talking full on kaiju sized dudes, and we're going to be fighting real people in this, not zombies. So it's going to be a completely different AI system to what we've ever expected to see in something like Saints and Sinners in the past, which is really exciting to me because it means that they're building something from the ground up, just using all the knowledge that they've acquired from their previous games. Now, as we all know, that is some top tier gaming when it comes to VR, is Saints and Sinners. It's a very well developed game and it comes through just so freaking nice. So the idea of being in a massive world that is entirely different and of course filled with humans, titans, and probably various other terrible things that you're going to go through and experience this all with is high excitement for me. Next up is Into the Radius 2. Now, I've had the pleasure of actually chatting with development from this, and I can tell you this is some very exciting stuff coming our way very dang soon. Now, Into the Radius 2 is of course the second in the series, the first one being one of the all-time best survival games that's actually been in VR in my opinion, as it hits all of the notes it's supposed to, with surviving being obviously the key, exploration, and then of course just a little touch of horror just to freak you out while you're in there as well. You get to scavenge, bring things back to your base, and all of the other great things that came with Into the Radius 1. If you haven't played that game, I highly recommend that you go and check it out right now, as you're going to get a ton of hours out of that game. Now, the second one in this series is exciting to me for a few reasons. Of course, we're going to be going down a completely different route when it comes into this game. They're going to be working on the graphics of this game as well, bringing it to like a higher level of fidelity, and on top of that, they're also going to be a co-op experience to this whole damn thing, which means you can no longer just experience Into the Radius on your own, you can now bring a friend with you into the Radius 2. Oh my god, that sentence just worked perfectly. Next up is Metro The Awakening. I am so freaking hyped for this game. I'm a big fan of Metro and the series of games that have come with that in the past. Now the fact that it's getting the full-on VR treatment from the ground up as well, this isn't just a port, and not only that, from a studio that I love, Vertigo Games. So I am very, very excited and pleased to say that this is a game that has got so much potential. Now, Vertigo Studios are people that made things like Arizona Sunshine, After the Fall, a bunch of other games. They are very, very well versed when it comes to making VR games, and this is an exciting title to be in their hands. So I'm excited to play this one for myself. Of course, we're going to be diving into a very in-depth, decent story when it comes to this as well. Again, not a busting amount is known just yet, but well, not a busting amount that we can talk about out of embargo, but yeah, this is definitely looking like a hell of a game. I'm very, very excited for this. Then we have The Burst. This is a very cool game that I managed to play a demo of a little bit earlier in this year. In fact, there's a video on the channel of me covering this, but The Burst is a very fast-paced parkour, Spider-Man swinging, action-paced game where you get to ride around on motorbikes, blast the living snot out of a bunch of wasteland people, and of course, just have a freaking dope time while doing it. This game really covers all the things that you want from an action game. You've got all that parkour element of jumping around, jumping up with stuff. You've got the grappling hooks that are built into your hands, making you feel like Spider-Man, and of course you've got an array of awesome weapons. This game has so much potential to be awesome, and one of the cool things that I like about it the most is the development team is really holding back on this to make it something very special. So they could have dropped it a little while back, but they did not. They held on to this and they were refining it to make it a really, really solid experience. So I'm super excited to see what it's going to be in its finished product state. So yeah, one to keep your eyes out on. Next up we have Wanderer. This is a game I've been tracking so closely because I loved the original release of this game, but this time around we're getting a full-on re-release of this game. Not just a re-release though, no. They are build it right up from pretty much what it was into an entirely different game. Now it has all of these freaking amazing graphics throughout the entire game. All of the physics are pretty much new, making it look and feel freaking amazing. The storyline has been reworked as well to make it better, and on top of that, the game just looks beautiful, no matter what platform you're playing it on either. Whether you're on Quest, PC, PSVR 2, you're going to be able to experience this game in a whole new way, in a brand new experience. And well, I cannot wait to get into this myself. The original game was amazing. This looks like it goes from like being an 8 to a straight 11. So I'm really excited for this. Ace of Thunder. Well, if you like your simulator playing type games, this is going to be one for you. I'm really excited for this just because it looks so freaking clean. Now, I'm not the biggest sim enthusiast, as many of you will know on this channel, but nonetheless, this one did catch my attention just purely because it looks so exhilarating to fly planes that freaking fast and have it look that high fidelity. So I'm very excited for this one. I have my fingers blinking crossed that this is going to be an absolute banger, but only time will tell as we get into this experience. Gunman Contractors. This is the John Wick of VR coming our way, and honestly, this is coming from someone who originally made mods from Half-Life Alyx all the way through to developing their own game. I honestly am so excited for this developer because they have worked so hard to make this game be as incredible as it looks, and they are incredibly passionate about making this game feel and look correct as well as you jump into it. This is going to be the closest thing you're ever going to get to embodying someone like John Wick and fully going ham, and well, there are inspirations throughout this entire game looking like they definitely want to fall into that John Wick world, so I'm super down for this. I'm going to go in wholeheartedly Mad Lad style and just absolutely blast the living snot out of absolutely everyone I can, because this game just looks incredible, and we have it coming to I think most platforms as well. So this is one to be really keeping a close eye on. If you're a John Wick fan, you are gonna enjoy this. If you want to, you can already dive in and play Gunman Contractors Chapter 1 and 2 modded for Half-Life Alyx if you're in PCVR, so check those out if you want to get a little taste of what this is going to be like. And then of course we have the actual standalone game coming out later this year. Zombie Army VR. This is one I'm really looking forward to. I'm a massive fan of the Zombie Army franchise because of course it's basically Sniper Elite just with zombies, and of course on top of that it just looks really frigging good. The trailer for this just got me really excited. I mean, listen, I know we've done a million zombie games in virtual reality at this point and a million shooting games, but this just looks very complete in an experience, and again, I really like the IP behind this one. So please, dear God, don't let us down. I don't want another bad Sniper Elite type VR game. Please, let's make this something incredible. I can only hope, because honestly, the very last sort of DLC / second game in the Sniper Elite series that came out wasn't great, but I'm hoping this is going to be a lot better. No cash grabs, please make this incredible. Astro Hunters VR. This is looking like a kind of a soft version of something like No Man's Sky, coming actually to standalone VR as well, which is really freaking exciting. Now, if this game is sort of promising on some of the things that it said, and there isn't a busting amount of knowledge on this one, I feel like I've said that about a few games on this list, but you know, we're learning about them as they come, and I'm guessing the developers are holding their cards close to their chest. But nonetheless, this one looks so interesting to me. A bunch of cool weapons, exploring planets, exploring random ass freaking alien creatures, and of course going around in virtual reality doing all of that on to boot. I'm really excited for this one. I cannot wait to learn just a little bit more about it, but for now it definitely goes on my high anticipation list because I just can't wait to see more information on this or play it myself. And last but not least is Attack on Titan VR. Now this is a game that I've been talking about what feels like forever, and I'm pretty sure was apparently supposed to be out by now already, but we still have not seen any more than the CG damn trailer for this, so I'm excited for this because, you know, Attack on Titan, but I'm also excited for this because I know that the fan-made games of this were pretty damn solid. So by all rights, this being developed by a proper studio should lead to this being an incredible game, but of course you never really know when it comes down to this stuff. So it definitely earns its place being on this top 10 list of things I'm most anticipated for and want to play in 2024, but dang it, I just want to learn a little bit more about this game. And that is going to do it for my top 10 list of games I cannot wait to play in 2024 in VR. And of course, a lot of those games really cross the boundaries between PCVR, Quest, and PSVR 2. Now, I haven't exclusively said which one of these are coming to each of these platforms, purely because they're probably going to change as they get closer to their releases, and I don't want to commit to any of you guys saying, yeah, this is definitely happening, and then it doesn't, because it kind of sucks and falls on my head. But just know that most of these are going to be coming across most of those platforms, so keep an eye on those and see which ones they come to the platforms near you. Other than that, guys, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this, please do smash that like button, subscribe if you are new, and I will catch you in the next video. Peace out. Bye.